He's not an Impact.
No, not
yet.
Guy
was, I swear to God, I saw him on TV. I swear to God, I saw him on TV, man. DJ Sparks is a pretty easy name to remember.
He's good. He'll make it places.
Oh, absolutely. He's one talented. You know where I saw him on Jay's show when Jay Garland ran his show.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I saw him. Okay. All right, I knew it was recently. So it's like last year or something like that.
Yeah.
Who were you a fan of? Who were you a fan of, like, growing up?
I always tell people, Hulk Hogan made me love wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
The Undertaker made me want to be a wrestler.
Nice.
So, because the minute I saw him come out, I was like, fuck the vitamins.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I was like, always like Hulk Hogan. I mean, I liked like Warrior's presentation, like all those colors was great. Yeah. Macho Man was one of my favorites.
These are all guys that bring really big, loud energy.
Yeah.
To their show, you know what I mean?
That's just everything. They like make you have to like watch them and see them. I think that's what like got my attention because that was like my era. Roddy Piper to me was funny, like the voice. And stuff. Almost like now it's like you understand how great it actually was. So back then it's like it captivates you with like different stuff.
Yep. So like WrestleMania with all the celebrities and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know it's pretty. It's part of that show that's awesome. I wish they were doing shit like that. I'm not trying to bury the WWE by any means. I'm just saying.
Don't.
No. Sorry, I'm looking at this thing. Okay, who did you start to watch when you started working?
No big guys because of you.
This motherfucker.
Although there is a happy ending because I did learn. See, my mind when I started like doing independent wrestling was completely different than what it was.
Right.
And like through my insecurities before I started training, I would see like all these pages like post dudes of like big ass dudes in overalls. No offense to any big dudes in overalls who like are holding ropes to like have to wrestle. You know, so to me in my head I thought big man or big guy was like all put in one bubble.
Right.
And then it wasn't until later when I would talk to people and start watching wrestling with a different eye that I realized like, fuck, dude, Bam Bam is a badass, and fucking One Man Gang was fucking killer, Yokozuna, like, all these big dudes, and I was like, you know what, maybe Katsuchi was a little bit right. But, like, it just took...
You're welcome.
It took, I think it took to the point where, like, I was comfortable with me.
Right.
And because Lawrence would tell me, he's like, if you go down to, like, 200 pounds, like, you're going to be like everyone else on the roster. Like, you don't have the thing that makes you different than these guys. Like, just do the work. It's like... You're not a big guy who, like, you're like, do you need to hold a rope to have a match? I'm like, no. I'm like, well, then there you go.
Yeah, you're
like,
an agile motherfucker, bro.
So, and that's what he said, is just come out with your bursts of, like, make them say, I can't believe you could do that, or that's crazy you can do that. Like, make them like, oh, shit.
And Bam Bam used to do the same thing.
Oh, my God, yeah. So, like, that's, like, later on is when I'm like, okay, I got to watch these guys, because this is what I need to be. This is what I need to do.
Right. And you do work just like them in the ring. From what I've watched, I'm like, wow.
Thank you.
That's, yeah, dude. You're like, you got it down pretty well.
I try.
I watched your moveset a couple times, and you flare it too, which is cool. Like, you do the same shit, and like, but it makes sense everywhere you put it.
Right.
And that's what counts.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people around now are just trying to do spot. You actually look like you're taking the time to fucking think everything out methodically, and then make every instance count. So just keep doing that, because that's fucking perfect. That's what great wrestlers do. So, who was your first match against and what happened?
Super Rich. He's not around anymore.
Oh my God. Super you know who got him training? Me.
Oh, really?
I met him down at the fucking gym.
The boxing, yeah.
Yeah, I met him down at the gym, and he said he wanted to be a wrestler. I said, come to practice, bro.
Nice. Yeah. You got him in there.
Yeah.
He had one match before I did. But, like, when we were training, we were, like, towards the end, we were partnered up a lot. And he came in, and then they were like, okay, we're going to bring you in now. We're going to do it with him. So we did this promo with him backstage where he had his first match, and the class was, like, congratulating him. And then, like, the person who was following with the recording, and then you see the camera, like, whack. So the show after that, he was going to come out and was like, I don't know who it was, but come out, blah, 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 and that's when I come out. And that's actually how the hoodie started. Because it was supposed to be like, have a hoodie so they don't see the face of the camera guy, and you take it off, and it was just like, just do that. So that's why I fucking wear a hoodie.
Oh, no shit, okay.
So Yeah,
I just like the look. I thought it was just right on. That works.
So he had that match. He went over on that match, and actually, that we were doing stuff for like 6 months.
Oh, you worked a program.
Yeah, it was like he got it, and I got the second one. Then it was the whole like we need a tiebreaker, this and that. Built it up. We even did the whole like commentary on his match while he does commentary on mine. We had like all this whole plan, and thankfully I was able to edit some stuff. So I was the one. I'm like, I'll do this so we can make this look good. Had a promo package and all that stuff I made, and the ending to the match was cape, because I took his cape. The whole fucking was that Pirate Pierre took Bret Hart's jacket, pretty much like that. Took the cape, and it's like, if you want it back, when you're gonna put it on a pole. I'm like, the catches, and the other pole's gonna have a kendo stick. So it was one of those. We did it at Extreme Measures 3.
Oh wow!
So it was like a big show. There's a lot of people there, and it was cool because at that time we had a projector. So I made a promo package for us, and I got to play it before our match. It was a pretty cool way to start, I think, because it's like coming into like some kind of program like that. It was like fucking. It was awesome.
That's good stuff. I did my first 6-7 months. I wrestled Dom and Frenchie. Dude, seriously, like every weekend. It got kind of like I mean, everything's kind of new when you're first starting out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh.
It got kind of mundane after a while. I'll get back with this. Who's okay? What's your favorite match to watch?
Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25.
Really?
And 26 because I was there live, so I like to watch it again. But yeah, I don't know, just the story, the build. I like Shawn Michaels when he like first started doing the Heartbreak Kid thing, like WrestleMania 9 versus Tatanka. I don't know why, but that match always sticks out in my head. I was like, oh, the match with Tatanka.
Oh wow!
But like, I was kind of a fan of that too, and like seeing this program and like they're just the emotions like that they have is incredible. So to me, it's like the match itself was like fantastic, but just seeing the build up and like the build up to fucking the next year, I was like, just the story in general when you look at it now, it was like insane. And Undertaker's my favorite wrestler, so
right?
It's just like, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, a lot of like the Michael. That's a lot of Michaels. Isn't a lot of Michaels, Angle, Cena, that fucking marathon match they had on Raw.
Yeah.
Plenty of like,
dude, I was such a huge mark. John Cena was my favorite wrestler before I started wrestling. I swear to God.
Yeah,
it's horrible, man. Once I started working, I was like, no, why did I idolize this guy so badly? Sorry about that. Anyway, who's your favorite wrestler today?
Me.
That's a good answer. Shit, you better be a fan of me. If you're not a fan, nobody else will be.
Oh yeah, of course. Other than me. I don't know. I'm a fan of Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah,
he was like my dream opponent. So like every time I watch him, who's cool, yeah. And I remember
Mark out for him.
DeFalco and yeah.
It's okay. You can say it. I do it all the time. All right.
I remember DeFalco and like Barnett were doing international wrestling, something at the Celebrity Theater, and Owens was supposed to be one of the shows. And in my head, I'm just thinking like, fuck, I should be there. That should be me or whatever. He didn't show up though because I think he was having a kid or something.
Okay.
So for some reason he wasn't there, and then it was like Carlito versus someone. I don't remember. But yeah, in my head I'm like that's just close. In my head I was like, I'm like, hey Barnett, hook me up with the match. But just seeing him from like his story and like how it is, his interviews, and like I feel like maybe some similarities and stuff, like him getting shit for certain things he like wears or does or whatever. Right. So to me, I was like, that's cool.
Okay, all right, cool. When things are like sane again, do you see yourself going for like an AEW?
I'm down.
So you definitely think you try to?
Honestly, yeah, I feel I'm coachable. So I feel wherever I would be put and I needed a certain thing, I think I could probably. Within my own limits, I think I could pull it off and do it. Dude,
Arn Anderson's there. And you know what Arn Anderson likes to watch from what I heard? Basics.
Yeah.
And you got all the basics covered, so you're good. You can still do a 3/4 roll, right?
Yeah.
Shit, you're golden. Don't worry about it. There's kids out there that don't know how to do a 3/4 roll right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
So, it happens, dude. It happens.
But yeah, I mean, I think I could.
Okay. I definitely think you should give it a shot once it's all, shit, you could always contact me now and say, hey, here's my tapes. This is what I can do.
Yeah.
At least they're running, you know?
Right, yeah.
All right, let's get personal with you, okay?
No.
So, you came out as bi last December.
Yeah.
What made you come out, and why did it take so long?
the take so long part was mainly just like fear, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, and then like growing up, you grow up in like Mexican like culture, man's man kind of house. Also, just from that get go, from like it wasn't until later teens where I kind of started maybe like it's like popped in my head, and I was like, I wonder. So it wasn't until that time, but then you start to like recall and recap a lot of stuff that happened, and yeah, to me it's like I'm very to like say anything. It was kind of like that fear, like in my head it was like I know I'll be abandoned, they're gonna beat the shit out of me, do whatever. So to me it was like no. And then I think 18 and up is just when it became like a hide it, like don't tell anybody.
Right.
And I think I just kept it. Like, I don't think I ever really thought about it as far as, like, when do I? It was just kind of like, don't. Like, I told myself at a certain point, I'm dying with this. Like, end the story. So in my head, I was like, well, there's no point in trying to figure it out because I don't fucking... Right. I'm not saying anything. Right. Then there was a person I was seeing who was in the same situation as I was. So it was like, we'll pretend to be friends, but we won't, like, talk to anybody. And it was like... We didn't see each other a lot, but it was like the most consistent thing, I guess. And that was like amongst ourselves, we had talks like how much easier like would things be if everybody kind of knew. Like there's no hiding, there's nothing, whatever. Right. But then you like go to the cons. I'm like, well, what about this and what about that? And it was just like the more I researched, the more I wanted to figure it out for myself. I researched stuff, and then I saw how much like biphobia there is out there, and like what people say. So I'm like why? And I was still trying to figure out. I'm like, where do I stand, like, exactly? So it was talking to therapists and, like, trying to figure stuff out for myself and, like, talking to people, trying to get involved in that. Just kind of helped out with that. And I think in my head at certain points, I would try to get caught. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would, it's just like I wish somebody would. And, yeah, like, it's just, and then you had wrestling on top of it. So I was like, all these like things kept happening to her. I was like, no, I shouldn't. And in my head, I'm like I joke around a lot, like with my friends. There's a lot of fucking joking around. So my first thought, I'm like, well, if I come out, my assumption is that everybody's gonna be like, oh, when he joked around with me like that, is the thing like, is it for real? Is it serious? So I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. And then I started telling people, like Evan Daniels was the first one I told. Right. So I it was everything. Everybody I texted before I put a video out, I texted at the gym. So I don't know if fucking working out just fucking gave me the guts to do it.
Hey, man. Testosterone got boosted up. Confidence comes out, dude, you know?
But I texted him and I told him completely fine. And I told a few other people before, like, the video. And all the responses were, like, fucking great. Yeah. So my head is like, this is fantastic. And then you have that little part of your brain that's like, now you're waiting for the one that's like, fuck you. Now you're waiting for that, for that big one. And no, just kept, I told people, and everybody was fucking great about it. And there's this band called I Prevail who has a music video for like one of their songs. And their music video is essentially like home videos with like captions that they put telling the story of whatever. And pretty much telling the story of like struggling and finding music and trying to blow up, you know, and then all the hard work and stuff. So like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then for some reason, I'm like, oh, if I ever come out, I'm going to do it that way. Because I can't speak anything. I can't say anything. And little by little, I would like get like clips from like all the vlogs I used to do. And I just put this and this and that. And before like I realized that I was like done with it. And I sat on it. I'm like, I'm not going to post. Like I put it on Facebook a couple of times. And I was like, nah. I'm like, I'll make this video and I'll leave it when I die. Like, people can't figure out my laptop password and just watch it. So, yeah, I mean, just when I put the video, I put it on my personal Facebook first. And I was getting comments. I was like, all right. Then I was talking to Evan. And I'm like, should I just post this video? Because I don't know that some people know. I don't want to answer a million questions. Like, hey, dude, I heard this. Hey, dude. And I'm like, I think I'm just going to put it and make it public. And I made it public. And I was at the gym when I did it. So by the time I left the gym, it was like,
okay, you're trying to get in shape and you're posting videos, you're coming out. Fucking awesome.
Overwhelming the support. The fucking, it was,
you really expected less than that, didn't you?
Yeah, I was expecting it to be like fucking terrible.
Really?
That was my expectation, just from like, I don't know if it was just in my own head, but I thought it was going to be like I'm probably not gonna wrestle after this. Like,